Jen just took the rain fly off because it's been really warm in the morning, and so that would feel good. And so, of course, it started raining within about like 2 minutes. So here we are after a night of waking up repeatedly due to trains, and now it's raining on us. Let me guess, is there headwind involved also?
No headwinds. And it's just raining, so you can have a cozy coffee time.
Plus side, we can ride the wind back to the party beach. Party beaches.
I don't want to go back to the party beach.
Oh.
They were listening to bad music.
Okay, yeah, that might have been the whitest rap we'd ever heard, but come on. Oh, Jen's making friends. No swallows. Now it's just the bug hordes. That bodes well for future mosquito endeavors, huh? Oh. Yeah, so if you see any brown stuff on the tree,
look at all those.
It's not actually brown stuff, it's the bugs. Whoa! Jen, you've unleashed one of the biblical plagues. Sorry, boat. This was actually a pretty nice camp outside of just all the noise. Not only did we have boats, not only did we have tugs, but the trains. There has to be a crossing right over here because every hour or two a train would come by and it would honk multiple times for an extended period, waking us up and then repeat for the rest of the night. Per the map, there's actually train tracks running both sides of the Mississippi, making taters occasionally rant against consumerism. Who needs to send this much stuff? And we are off, ready to get clear of this town, and I would say get into a quieter part of the river, but considering it's a couple of days before the 4th of July, I'm pretty sure the party crews are going to be our constant companions for a while. We really can't tell when we're going by whether they're looking at us because, oh, hey, look, they're canoeing. Oh, hey, look, the side of their boat says they're doing this big, long thing. Or if it's just the fact they're all in, like, bikinis and lobster red skin, and here we come, like, draped in all the clothing. It's okay, Jen. AI technology is progressing to the point where I can just put bikini filters over us soon, so it'll be all good. It'll be on me, too, but... So the deal with the casinos is for a long time they limited casinos. They had to be basically built on boats that could float. Reasoning being that prevented a proliferation of casinos like what you see with, you know, liquor stores out in California. They've since changed it looks like. Apparently Hurricane Katrina destroyed a lot of these boat-based casinos down south, and now they allow them to be built within a certain distance from the river. And that tug is really cooking. Might actually get some wake off him. So they were pretty sure these ripples are caused by wing dams. We can see them when it gets super shallow. Basically it's rocks piled up as an early attempt to keep the river deep enough that barges and such could go up and down it, preceding the lock efforts. Only a couple of tugs, but a lot of party boats. Another thing that we're having to pay a lot more attention to now is just water. We have about 6 gallons of capacity, and like right now we need water today, but it's not readily apparent what parks have it. Sometimes you can see the water fountains and whatnot. Otherwise we might have to try and find a restaurant or something. And we were able to fill up on water here. We basically just went in and asked the bartender, and he let us go to his house and fill up off of a hose. Those bugs are starting to appear just everywhere. And in the water, we're ending up seeing like patties of them that have drowned. Fish must be having a ball. And if you're wondering what our day is like, busy and wavy. We're getting some lightning ahead, but it's still off in the distance. And we're starting to hear thunder, so I went and checked the radar, and it looks like in the next 20 minutes or so we may end up getting hit. There is a red-yellow thunder cell, which looks like it may roll right over us. We've basically been tossed around for the last hour about as much as you do sea kayaking. The wind just kicked in straight into our faces, so we pulled over by some trees and we're gonna see what happens here. We are actually fairly close to the lock. We can see it. We would be calling them in a couple of minutes, but yeah, we were just talking about how nostalgic we are. We hadn't been caught out in the middle of nowhere with lightning on the river in, weeks. Jen, did I mention there was a tornado down south? Just saying. The wind died down, so we're making for the lock, but we're keeping an eye on things. Radar doesn't give a clear idea of what the heck's going on here.
Lock 10, this is a southbound canoe.
The southbound canoe.
I stand back.
We're about 15 minutes out. Will we be able to pass through?
Roger, just keep her coming.
Thank you.
And they were obviously watching for us because the doors just started to open. Plus side of all the weather craziness is the boats all cleared out and went home. Lock 10 was pretty much more of the same. It was only a drop of maybe 5 to 10 feet. We are looking forward to Lock 19 because supposedly that one is another bigger drop, more akin to what we had in Lock 1. The locks also have observation platforms, and we've been trying to get somebody up there to take a picture of us and send it to us without any luck. So the lock employee mentioned that they've been watching the radar also, and the storm's basically not coming north. So we'll see if we get lucky and get Taters another 20 plus miles of paddling today.
I'm feeling lucky. It's always lucky when you can go straight through a lock, no waiting.
So if you're finding this on our charred bodies floating down the Mississippi, she loves comments like that. You see that joy on her face? That is the joy that I cause to erupt out of her on a regular basis. And that's what we call the damn fun zone that they don't allow us into. Stupid nanny state. Hey, Nanook went over one of those somehow. Higher water, but... So that's the dam, that's the lock, and that's the bar that Taters didn't let me go to that is overlooking the dam and the lock. We managed to get a short reprieve from the main channel. We're just enjoying the lack of wake for a few minutes. And there goes Taters on a resupply run. She just keeps talking about champagne though, so I'm not sure if I'm getting dinner or not. I'll give me that number.
That was a very convenient resupply here in the town of Cassville, Wisconsin. And it is nice to be back in a state with reasonable liquor laws where you can get food and wine at the same store rather than having to resupply food, walk 2 miles across town to get wine at the other store like you do in Minnesota.
So Taters managed to find strawberries, which we're really happy about, but it's just somewhat ironic that they're California strawberries. So the Californians came out all the way to wherever the heck we are.
Wisconsin,
on this side of the river. But we can get to Iowa really quick. Now we get to see, post resupply, how long will Blondie paddle when she knows that if she stops, there is champagne. So once again, it's after 8, super nice time of the day, super nice section of the river. And then Taters caught sight of this beach and she's like, I want champagne. So we pulled over. I think
our normal routine now, we're gonna kind of start looking after 8. We don't need something until 9, but when you pass something this nice.
I think somebody was just traumatized by all the noise last night from
last
everything.
Night was, yeah.
It's nothing like waking up at 2:30 in the morning to fully appreciate your situation by a train like honking not far away.
Oh my gosh, those trains were so loud. They were so close. There were party boats going all night long.
There were? Oh.
This, by comparison,
We're by a city.
Is the middle of the wilderness.
There's a bar down there she wouldn't let me go to. And an outside grill. Like I could smell the grease wafting across the river and she was like... So here we have Matt's part of the boat. Notice it's mostly dry, little puddles, etc., etc. And then we have Tater's part of the boat. Mm-hmm. There aren't like snapping turtles that bite testicles in here, are there?
We've seen some really big turtles. We've seen snakes.
When did the gators start?
I'm pretty sure they're a lot further south. So that felt like 2 totally different days. We woke up in downtown Partieville, also known as Prairie des Chines. I think that's how you say it. And then we're just constantly getting tossed by wakes and passed by really fast boats all morning until we went through Loch 10. And then we went through Loch 10 and it was like night and day. Other side was super calm, super peaceful. Really gorgeous paddling. Even saw a beaver. Haven't seen one of those since we were in the back channels earlier. And then ended with this just delightful camp.
Delightful. With champagne.
Sandy Beach. Peace and quiet. Yes, there's champagne. There's a lovely sunset. Home sweet home for the night.